Hola zagalicos y zagalicas, bienvenidos al canal del holandés errante. Esto es X4 Fundación.
Entering system, barren shores.
Con las misiones. Vamos a poner modo viaje. Aquí tenemos una estación que a lo mejor deberíamos de escanear, pero no. De momento no. Yo creo que si me voy en el mapa ¿no aparece? Sí, aparece, ahí está. Para la forma de defensa, bueno.
You bring us guests, outsiders, with a fleet no less. What have you been up to?
More than that, Royal Steward, I bring momentous news. The fleet, this Paranid-led fleet, it came from the dormant gate in watchful gaze. They have communicated with Kingdom End. They have no Kingdom End gate, but they have communication. We are connected to the network once more.
My word, the
delegation seeks an audience. May I?
Yes, of course. There is so much to discuss, so much to consider.
Royal Steward, would it be in order for me to accompany the delegation?
I'm sure you have other things to do. Diplomacy is not the same thrill as exploration.
Please, Royal Steward, with your permission.
Of course, Neelati. By all means, accompany the delegation.
Explorer, you have displayed some usefulness thus far. I'm tasking you with joining us in meeting the Royal Steward. I may have need of your insights.
Bueno,
You have clearly made
parece
an
que soy
impression on the
de
expedition
ayuda.
commander. I sense you are becoming more central to his plans. Join the delegation. Watch this Royal Steward.
Vale.
I have some experiments to attend to, though I shall keep an eye on you.
A ver si puedo yo marcar esto. Ahí estamos.
Docking granted.
Vale, ahí está. ¿Es esta? Dice. ¿Qué es esto? Vale. Y ahí estamos. ¡Ole!
Successfully.
A boron capital ship. In all my days. A perfect equilibrium of function and ergonomics. And with such flair. My current abode is penurious in comparison.
A ver, ¿dónde tenemos que ir? Ah, sí, sigue la línea amarilla. Y aquí nos vamos a... Puente.
My ropalium near explodes with the joy of welcoming esteemed visitors. This historic occasion is the first of its kind. I am Leda V, Royal Steward of the Provinces Adrift. On behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, and as her loyal servant, it is my profound pleasure to welcome an emissary of the Paranid Empire. And once business is out of the way, I insist you join me on a more informal tour.
Esteemed Royal Steward Lita Wee, thank you for your most gracious welcome. You must forgive me. I, Numunkaret, am no Empire emissary. I represent the Alliance of the Word, a diplomatic forum and scientific organization funded by various races across the network.
My. But do you have letters patent from the Empire? The provinces adrift are in dire straits. We must negotiate terms of assistance.
I am compelled to reiterate, I do not speak for the Paranid authorities. Though we do bring news which may bring joy. We have been in communication with Kingdom End. Limited fragile communication, but communication nevertheless. Some months ago we received word from your homeworld. It was heartening to discover that the Boron Core has survived the shutdown, and learn of their most ambitious endeavor. Their entire scientific resources are focused on understanding and manipulating jump gate technology. We humbly request your permission to investigate the dormant jump gates in your territory, and to set up a scientific outpost in the region, should that be required.
There are so many implications to consider. This really is momentous. I am afraid I must decline your request, for now. We cannot be precipitous.
By the glistening waters of Nishala!
I fail to understand. We ask for no more than your permission. We certainly have no wish to be a drain on your resources.
Leader Wee, they are trying to connect us with Kingdom End. They have communications.
Neela T, this obsession with finding home is entirely yours. You may have the luxury of gallivanting around the galaxy in search of miracles, but I have responsibilities. I have the welfare of billions of souls to consider. Our guests have already made clear that the outside network, with all its resources, has been unable to connect with our homeworld. The priority at this juncture is the welfare of our people, and I shall not be distracted from that.
Honored host, we will of course expedite communications with the governments of the network. I'm sure emissaries are preparing as we speak. Yet, if we could simply...
Enough, please. I understand your request, but I do not think you understand what is at stake. Please have patience, but for now, the matter is settled.
Outrageous! The Boron Queen's government itself is racing to reconnect, and you decline to facilitate? What kind of royal steward are you?
Please.
There is nothing to be gained from trading insults.
This is absurd. Our work is of the utmost importance. Your obduracy is beyond me. I shall take my leave. Heading to the dock, awaiting pickup.
That certainly could have gone better, but all may not be lost.
Ah, the silent one from our disappointing introduction. Your expedition commander hardly seemed in the mood for positive solutions. I cannot imagine that you presume to speak for him.
Assistant, perhaps uncovering more context first may help with your solutioneering.
I regret my approach at our meeting. You see, I have not hosted a diplomatic function in decades. Unfortunately, I am simply not in the habit of communicating with anyone other than Boron, you see. We Boron converse amongst ourselves, relying on complex structures of pheromones, not just mere words. There was so much to communicate, so much to cogitate upon, yet the words failed to convey my meaning. You must imagine it like painting an ocean, yet having only a single shade of blue with which to do so. You are correct, of course. There is no harm in reaching for common ground. I am embarrassed to say that our defensive capabilities are woefully inadequate. Ashamedly so. Our economy is so fractured, we struggle to construct anything larger, perhaps, than a frigate. We cannot even resource and operate a full-scale shipyard. For half a century of isolation, we Boron have had little need for a comprehensive military. I fear that we are wholly unprepared for the myriad dangers lurking beyond the gate. And should word spread of the valuable equipment and facilities proposed by the Alliance of the Word, it might be akin to painting a target upon ourselves for any nefarious actors in the vicinity. One moment. I have, even now, received word of split incursions. If we had anything of value to loot, we would not be discussing skirmishes. They would descend upon us in hordes. From time to time, I spend the waking nights pondering the very same question. It would be misleading to cast blame for all our miseries on the Great Shutdown. In fact, when we were first riven from the wider network, the vast majority of our boron systems remained connected between themselves. Isolated from external threats, we commenced a new age of reflection and scientific endeavor. And while this period of peace brought the wealth of Kingdom N to fabulous new heights, we were not complacent. Resources were stockpiled throughout the Queendom, a precautionary measure. Oh, we thought we were prepared, yet in truth we were far from it. We Boron are inherently connected to each other, you see. We thrive on a collective sort of innate affinity. Once that connection was severed, each system found itself in complete isolation. Things fell apart quite quickly, I'm afraid to say. Productivity collapsed catastrophically. Stockpiles were depleted far more rapidly than anticipated, and there was no way to replenish them. After years of disarray, Great Reef finally reconnected with barren shores. Later, it was joined by several other systems. The provinces adrift were founded, but by then the damage was done. We still lacked crucial resources. I contend that it was the collective psychological toll of the severance that caused this, more so than the evident logistical challenges posed by the shutdown. Your expedition commander hardly seemed in the mood.
Vale, pues no hemos sacado, bueno, hemos sacado cosas en claro.
The Protectorate has determined that this system poses no threat to the citizens of Sol or the wider network. Our orders are to deploy to a position of more strategic importance. Still, stay alert. None of us know what might be lurking out there.
The Alliance of the Word thanks you for your support.
But
You should proceed alone from here on. Our military friends are needed elsewhere.
The steward and I have had our differences in the past, but I am so very sorry you had to witness that embarrassingly discordant display. Leader V and I disagree on much, but he is not a bad person. You know, he is just scared. Oh, you took note of that, did you? Time after time I approach Leader Wee for the resources to find our way back home, but he has come to the conclusion that efforts spent on this endeavor come at an immediate cost to our people. I would hate for you to get the impression that I do not care for my fellow Boron here. Out on the fringes, I am truly seeking to make a difference for the people. Serving the Queen's subjects is a duty for me. You see, I do not like to draw too much attention to it, but I myself am the progeny of stranded minor royals. Before you bow or anything like that, I am not part of the direct line of succession, and that is not how our monarchy works in any case. Yet, it drives me to find a path back home, for the people to once again delight in a reunited, merry realm. I think he is scared of falling short. He carries the weight of the expectations of the entire provinces. He wants to keep everyone safe, and I think he fears that your expedition will exacerbate an already dangerous situation.
Vale,
Pleasant travels.
vámonos. Ya habla con él. No quiero hablar más. Nos vamos a ir y vamos a hacer la misión secundaria de la estación, ¿vale? vamos a ir de aquí. Podríamos explorar un poquito más, pero... También a ver... Uy, ¿ese? ¿Quién es este? Ah, el notas este.
Who does this fool think he is? Does he not understand the gravity of our mission? Withholding his consent? We shall continue without it if necessary. Why do you think I remain on this fool's dock? And who are you to tell me to calm myself? I appreciate your contributions to our mission, but do not forget that I remain your superior. I must clear my head of the fool's petulance before I return to my post. Yes, you are right. That much is obvious. I cannot help but wonder if there's more to the issue than that. Perhaps he is overly attached to his role as Prime Administrator of the provinces. A reunion with King Dement would inevitably result in him having to relinquish power and standing. Well, we are a scientific expedition, so our offensive options are rather limited in that regard. What we can do, however, is make assurances that any valuable equipment that is transported into boron space will be well guarded, making it an unappealing target. Furthermore, I am prepared to place several scouts at his disposal, and to establish a network of satellites in watchful gaze. That will give the split cause to reconsider an incursion into the provinces. The situation with this steward does indeed seem resolvable, though I fear he wears my patience thin. Take this matter in hand. Go and see the fool. Perhaps you can change his mind.
Vale. Pero no voy a ir. No quiero. Quiero montarme en mi nave y me quiero ir de aquí. Guau, qué feo se ve esto, ¿no? Lo del planeta. Ese es el fallo que tiene este juego, que no puedes aterrizar en los planetas. Bueno, me da igual. Vamos a hacer la misión secundaria.
Discoverer, Vanguard.
Y quiero desacoplarme. Vamos a ver modo viaje. Hay un montón de estaciones aquí, todas súper chulas. Pero bueno, nosotros vamos a explorar esa que estaba abandonada. A ver qué pasa. Ya volveremos con la trama original. Es que me tiene preocupado de que pueda perder una estación gratis. A costas desoladas. Luego bien por aquí, ¿no?
Entering system, barren shores.
Vale, sí. Tiene que ser la estación de antes. Y ya con el salto ya llegaremos al sector que yo quería, creo. Pero no, que lo podemos ver. Le damos aquí. Alejamos la cámara. Y vamos a ir aquí. Y aquí vamos a ir aquí. Y aquí vamos a ir aquí. A esta dirección de aquí. Y aquí vale. Bien, vale, perfecto. Modo viaje. Ahí vamos. Allá vamos. Sí, señor. ¿Y aceptaremos la misión? Debería de poner un modo automático. Si tuviéramos salto, podríamos saltar también, pero esto es más lento. Podemos observar los asteroides y comprobar si hay alguna cosa brillante en ellos. Y eso significa que hay piedras y que podemos sacarles dinero dinerico bueno. Pero bueno, no he visto, de momento no he visto en el juego ningún sitio. Bueno, en la partida esta no he visto, en el tutorial sí, pero aquí no. De todas maneras, tendremos tiempo de explorar. Salto.
Entering system. Watchful gaze.
Vamos allá. Madre mía, cómo se oye chirriar la nave. Da hasta miedo, ¿eh? Y sí puede ser que haya algo. O a lo mejor no. No he visto nada brillante, pero bueno. Vamos a pegar, creo que me quedan un par de saltos más. Vamos a fin del hereje. Territorio Argón. Sí, da gusto que pasen los kilómetros rápido, ¿eh? En 10 minutos te has hecho 900 kilómetros y como si nada. Y vamos allá.
Entering system. Heretics End.
Gira, 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 gira. Ahí estamos. ¿Qué es eso? Misiones. Ahí estamos. Hablar con Bodo. ¿Dónde está el Bodo? ¿Y esa nave qué nave es? Es K. ¿Y qué tipo de nave es? No me dice si es una M5, no me dice nada. Está atacando, ¿eh? No me digas que no tengo escudo. Bueno, vamos a atacar a ver qué pasa. 17 kilómetros. $13 kilómetros. Venga, que va a volver. Buah, esta estación me suena. Voy a tener que rehacerla entera. 6 kilómetros, 5, 4, 3. A ver. La leche. Vamos allí.
Docking granted.
Vale, vamos. No, que me están dando pa'l pelo.
Oh, critical.
Que no.
Ejecting.
Mierda.
Emergency eject successful.
Claro. A ver si puedo acelerar yo. Ahí. Claro, me voy muy lentamente, ¿eh? Pero bueno, si puedo sobrevivir, pues nada. A ver qué pasa. Pero me quedo sin nave, ¿eh?
Docking granted.
Esto me pasa por gilipollas y atacar al K. Si me hubiera estado quietecico, no me hubiera pasado. Pero bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa cuando destruyen tu nave y saltas. Que yo no quería saltar. Yo hubiera muerto. Esa línea es el O2. Esa línea es el O2. Vale. O2 tengo de momento. Esta estación es enorme. Pero enorme. Venga, 1,4 kilómetros. Hay que seguir ahí. Venga, y ahí los números moverse, que me anime un poco más. $1,1. Lo mismo la misión es cargarte la nave K. Venga, 1 kilómetro. 900 metros. Y lo sigue bajando, ¿eh? $800 metros. $700 metros. Seguramente de la estación nada más que está construido esto, lo demás simplemente estructura. 500 metros, vamos, que llegamos. Aún nos queda oxígeno, no podemos estar dando una vueltecilla por aquí, pues es que esto es lentísimo. Ahí veo que hay una bahía de reparaciones. Mira, hemos escaneado un trozo. $300 metros. Metros. Vale, Pues ya estamos aquí.
Welcome aboard the mystery installation. I do apologize for the mess. I only recently escaped my split captors. Can you believe they forced me to develop weapons? Anyway, I have not yet had sufficient opportunity to undertake much housekeeping. Best not to dwell on the past. All is well now. The installation seems vaguely to be of Terran origin, but it is certainly no run-of-the-mill station. It is equipped with uncommonly advanced research facilities. Frankly, I am rather longing to lose myself in the lab and focus wholly on science. This brings me to a business matter. I require someone to oversee the mundane aspects of base operations. I will be far too preoccupied with my important work. Might this be a suitable and rewarding use of your skills? No need to answer. Of course it is. I have transferred the station to you. I trust you will make good use of it. When you are not otherwise engaged, please do pop down to see me. I am sure there will be bits and bobs that you may be able to help me with regarding my research. When you are ready, of course. You have a new station to grapple with.
Vale, pues guay.
This installation is equipped for habitation of all races, and this room seems to be some sort of research area. I expect I could spend years poring over the data contained in these systems. Hello there! Yes, I have already made some progress. There appears to be several things we can research at this facility. Please take a look.
Vale. Acceso al menú de investigación. A ver. Esto es la enciclopedia. Lista de objetos, mis propiedades, ofertas de misiones. A ver. Manager de misiones. Libertad científica. Vale. Información. Gestionar zonas de construcción. ¿Veis? Aquí tenemos la posibilidad de poder construir cosas. Tamaño de parcela. Vale. Vamos a seguir mirando aquí. Resumen del imperio, logotipo, estadísticas, inventario, modificaciones. Mejoras del traje espacial, órdenes globales, gestión de cuenta, administración de personal, mensajes, registro de transacciones. A ver. Propiedades. Imperio. No. Inventario, modificaciones, mejoras del traje espacial. Mensajes.
As you can see, there is much to do. I personally find mention of this teleportation irresistible, but I leave it up to you to decide what we research first.
Vale.
Please note that these research items have certain requirements.
Vamos a intentar.
It appears some Terran technology was being used to research teleportation over long distances. I will need some materials to get started.
Ya está. Vale. A ver qué hay por aquí. ¿Por aquí puedo ir? No. ¿Por aquí puedo ir? No. Tenemos laboratorio, oficina de personal, seguridad, oficina de administrador, área de atraque estándar. No me deja. Vaya, tengo nave. A ver si este tiene una nave, pero claro, yo tampoco tengo recursos, no tengo nada.
Can I help?
Sending you information now.
Y digo yo, bueno, esta es la cámara externa de mi estación y a lo que guapo, ¿eh? A ver, comercial, no. Vamos a ver. Claro, eso es. Quiero saber continuar. Valor neto 400.000. Pero ¿cuánto dinero tengo yo? Dinero disponible 15.000. ¿Y dónde voy yo con 15.000? Valor total de las naves. ¿Qué naves tengo yo? Imperio. Personal contratado. Naves. Todo personal. Gestión de cuenta, administración de personal, registro de transacciones, cuaderno de bitácora, tío. O sea, que tengo una nave por valor de 87.000, pero no sé dónde está. Esto es investigación, esto es menú. Vale, esto, a ver, aquí tengo algo. A ver, leyenda, el mapa, enciclopedia, editoriales. La enciclopedia, pero yo lo que quiero es cronología, comparación de naves. A ver, esto es mis propiedades. Cuartel general, pero no quiero estaciones subordinados. Naves sin asignar, naves desplegables. No tengo naves, tío. Ah, astillero. Veo una manera de poder transportarme aquí. Comprar naves. ¿Puedo comprar naves? A ver. Estado de la orden. A ver, ¿qué quiero? Tamaño L. Y quiero que quiero. Destructor, a ver. Minero, carguero. ¿Qué vale esto? Esto vale 3 millones. Flipalo, tío. Flipalo. No puedo. Entonces, ¿qué? A ver, esto es un astillero, ¿no? Muelle, astillero para mí. Quiero comprar naves. Tamaño L. Y aquí tengo. Dinero. Es que estos son muy caros, tío. Pero estos son cargueros. No quiero un carguero. Vale. Sigamos buscando. ¿Esto qué es? Estación comercial Argón. Pues no sé lo que voy a hacer, ¿eh? O sea, ya vamos mal. Ya vamos fatal. Ya vamos. Vamos muy mal. En fin, gente, lo voy a dejar por aquí. A ver cómo descubro yo cómo conseguir una nave. Pues eso, lo dejamos por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el gameplay de hoy. Dejadme un buen like, comentarios y por supuesto, si no estáis suscritos al canal, pues eso, que os suscribáis para no perderos nada. Un abrazo grande y ya a ver qué hacemos. Bye bye.